Hi, everybody. Miriam's overdoing her makeup. She's Miriam, and she's a co-founder and COO of Keto Chow. I'm Chris. I'm also one of the co-founders. I don't wear makeup, so I have it very easy, and I value the time and energy she puts into making herself look amazing. If you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for daily updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. Make sure you plug in. These live streams help us, these daily live streams also help us be accountable and stay on track. Love having you with us on our keto journey. Welcome, Miriam.
Hello.
Are you working?
I don't know.
Yep, you're working. Anyway.
I just was putting on lipstick because mine went all off with the wings today.
Yes. By the way, today is Tuesday.
Yeah, if you don't.
If your Buffalo Wild Wings is cool, you can buy one, get one traditional wings. So.
This is the top lipstick part. Yeah.
Anyway, got a bunch of people who are on.
To reality.
Unseen Traveler is on.
Hi.
Randy is saying hi. Let's see. Suzanne says hello. Debbie is on as well. So is Emily and Marcy says hello, everyone.
Hey.
Let's see. Glenda says, "Goose evening, all."